everyone, and welcome to Fall Walk 21. We're in the 20s now. Before I continue, let me go ahead and start my workout here. So we're going to be doing an outdoor walk. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so Fall Walk 21. Been doing this now for a little bit. It's pretty cool to see the succession of the walking over time and see every single video that I've put out. It's just one of those nice things that you can look back on fondly and tell yourself, you know, hey, I did a good job. I did what I was supposed to do. I did my walks, I got out there, and I really tried to improve myself. The walk is being done a little bit later today because I left work a little bit later, spent a little bit more time in the gym, and when I came back from work, actually, I wasn't feeling very good, and I think it may have had to do with the lunch I had at work. Actually, at lunch today, they had chicken parmesan, which I normally get it without sauce. So I just had the pasta and the chicken parmesan. Chicken looked cooked. My girlfriend had the same thing, and she's fine. So I don't know, maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it was just something else. So I just kind of chilled at home for a little bit. And once I started feeling better and drank a lot of water, you know, I just came out here and I figured a good walk. Sometimes it's nice to just heal. You know, I'm very adverse to taking any sort of pills or medications. Even if I have a bad cold, I will not take any medication, and my medication is actually walking. I'm very much a fan of just sweating it out. Obviously, there have been times where I have a very high fever and I feel like absolute trash, and in those cases I will take something like maybe an ibuprofen, and that certainly does help. But 90% of the time I'm just out here walking, and that seems to do the trick. I'm also very much of the mindset that, you know, not to get too religious or anything, but I do believe that God gave us a strong body for a reason, and I believe that our body can probably withstand a lot more than we are led to believe. You know, a lot of these medical companies, big pharma, not to get into conspiracy territory or anything, but I do believe that they're marketing these pills to us as a way for us to become dependent on them instead of us improving ourselves and strengthening our bodies to be able to withstand more. Okay, so the main topic I want to talk about today is how I plan on restructuring my hybrid training split. So up until this point, up until literally today, let me give you an example of what my week typically consisted of. So you all know that every single day, without a doubt, I try to do at least half an hour of walking. Ever since I started the Couch to 5K, on top of the at least 30 minutes of walking a day, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, I do a Couch to 5K session, which typically consists, as of right now, at least of 20 minutes of walking and running cycles. And then on top of that, I try to do a strength training session every single day of the week. That didn't really scale. That didn't really work too well, and let me tell you why. It's very hard, I think, on my body on a day that I'm doing a Couch to 5K session to also try and get out there and do weight training. After the gym, my body's already kind of taxed. So doing a walk after the gym, that's not really the problem, because I mean, that's what I'm doing right now. But doing the run, you know, those are 3 different things you're doing all on the same day that do require, you know, a lot of strength, a lot of nutrition, a lot of energy that I don't know, it's just not, it doesn't really feel that great because one thing tends to lack. Right? I might be very motivated to do a run that day, but then my weight training session will suffer. Or I might be really motivated to do weight training one day, but then my Couch to 5K session will suffer. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to start incorporating full body workouts into my routine. I've always been a fan of full body workouts, but I think prior to me having done any sort of research, I would just go and try to do, you know, massive amounts of volume for a ton of different muscle groups instead of taking advantage of more compound movements. I can work out multiple muscle groups at the same time. So today I did a little bit of research and I found a full body workout program that I'm pretty happy with. Actually, I'll pull it up now and we can look at it together. But really what I plan on doing is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to be doing a full body workout session. And those days I will not be doing a Couch to 5K session. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays when I have to run, I won't be doing any weight training. That way, when it comes time to do my run, I'm more rested, right? My nervous system is not as taxed and I can give each thing the love it deserves, the attention it needs. So let me really quickly go over the program that I found. So just did a research, or rather just did a search on Google. Excuse me. Just did a search on Google for a full body, 3 times a week splits. Total package, a 3-day full body strength and hypertrophy workout. And this is from a website called Muscle and Strength. Nice. I wanted to actually tell this guy something, but I don't think he'll see me. But he's been doing a lot of great work on his home, and you can really tell it's coming out nicely. Anyway, kind of got distracted there. So this is Muscle and Strength. I've definitely used this website before for a lot of tips on working out and just overall fitness. And I believe this one, was there a name for it? Maybe not. Maybe there wasn't a specific name. But anyway, let me show you the workouts. I can also leave a link to this in the description so you all can check out the workout for yourself. I think maybe I got this link. No, I don't think I did. I thought maybe I had gotten it from the fitness subreddit on Reddit, but I actually just found it myself. So we have day 1, day 2, day 3. Today I did day 2, since day 2 correlates with Wednesday, day 3 with Friday. And I just want to quickly walk through the exercises I did and talk about each one of them. So here we have bench press, 5 sets of 5 reps. I think what they try and do in this workout program is they give you one exercise that's a big compound movement and you just like really go hard on. And so for that first one, bench press, it's a little bit hard to find a spotter at the gym sometimes. I typically go alone. Actually, I always go alone. I haven't gone with a gym partner since I was 23, so that's 7 years ago. And so I used the Smith machine. I almost wanted to try incline bench because I've recently learned that incline is sort of the best of all worlds, even better than just doing a flat bench. But I stuck with flat bench, did the Smith machine. And so for the first set, I did a warm-up set with just 10 pounds on each side. I did 20 reps of that. Then I increased to 25. I did 10 reps of that. Then I went to 35. I think I also did 10 reps of that. And then I went to 45 on each side. I did 5 reps of that. And then I added 5 more pounds, so 2.5 plates on each side. And I did another 5 reps of that. So I know it wasn't the exact rep scheme, but I certainly did push myself, and I immediately felt a great pump and a nice burn on my chest as soon as I finished that workout. So now next time, now that I have a baseline and I know what my strength standard currently is for the bench, I can go back and go harder. At least that's the goal, right? That was the first one. Then I was going to go to the machine pec deck, but it was taken. And just here's a tip, right? The smart lifter, the enlightened lifter, as Sam Sulik says, does not wait for a machine to be ready, right? You don't want to become so focused on the machine. You want to be more focused on the movement, and don't make it so that if the machine's not available, you can never do the workout that you want to do. Instead, you want to try and figure out ways to still accomplish or be efficient even in times where the machine is not available. So in this case, machine pec deck was not available, but the leg extension was. My mom is calling me, so just give me one moment. Hey, what's up, Mom? Hey, how you doing? Hey. Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm actually. Oh, I know. What's up, man? Can I actually call you back in like 30 minutes? I'm actually doing a video right now. I'm actually walking right now. All right, love you, Mom. I'll talk to you soon, okay? All right, bye. That was my mother, and she was telling me that she just saw one of the videos I put out recently called "The Grass is Greener." So check that one out. It's part of the discussions playlist. I just give my own thoughts on, people when they are looking to switch or do something different in life because of the notion that the grass is greener. There is a time and place for that, but I just want to give my own thoughts on it. So I do have a playlist on that if you want to take a look or take a listen. So thanks for being my number 1 supporter, Mom. I appreciate it. Okay, getting back to the workout. So then I moved to the leg extension machine. Leg extension went very well. I think I did 20 reps of 30 pounds as a warm-up. Then I did 10 reps on 50, 10 reps on 70, 10 reps on 90. And then I got to like 5 reps on 110 and another 5 on 70 as a little bit of a drop set. And that was good because 110, I mean, I can certainly say, like, for sure that my strength has increased on leg extension, right? Because there was literally a time only a couple of weeks ago that doing 30 pounds was hard. Believe it or not, 30 pounds. Now I'm up to 110. So that's, that's about 4 weeks of training, hitting legs, maybe twice a week. And I say maybe because really it's maybe, probably more likely once a week. So you can definitely make a lot of strength gains. Like I said, I still consider myself a beginner lifter. Let me give a little more context about that. I started lifting when I was probably like 16 years old, following a program called P90X. Actually, one of my best friends at the time actually downloaded it from a website called Pirate Bay. For all you people that remember Pirate Bay, we had the entire program, we used it, and we would challenge each other and talk about it, and it was so fun. That's how I got started into it. So even though you might be thinking like, man, this guy's been lifting since 16, how is he still a beginner lifter? Well, I'm gonna tell you why I'm a beginner lifter, because throughout my life, I'll have moments where I'll work out for like 4 months, and then I'll stop for like 2. And then I'll come back, do another 3, stop for 2. So I've never been consistent. If I've been consistent since I was 16, then I'd be like an expert lifter. Now it's 14 years of lifting, right? I'd be pretty jacked, I'd hope. But I've never really remained as consistent, frankly, as I am now. That's why I still consider myself a beginner lifter. And it's why I feel like I can still make newbie lifts or newbie gains. And I attribute my gains in the leg extension to that, me still being new to the whole entire process. Okay, so leg extensions were very good. And then I went to go, I think after that I went to go, so here it had seated lateral raise, but I instead just did standing lateral raises. It was 4 sets of 10. So I did a set using 10 pounds. I would have liked to have gone to 12.5, but my gym doesn't have 12.5. So instead what I did was I just went directly to 15. I did do one pretty good set of 15 pounds. Maybe the last 2 sets were slightly cheating, but I wouldn't say it was so much cheating that it would, drastically negate the effects of the actual contraction of the muscle. It was sort of quote unquote good cheating. That was set number 2. Set number 3, I tried again with 15. I think the last 3 or 4 reps, I did a little bit of that good cheating. And then finally, on the last one, probably like 5 reps of 15, followed by another 5 of 10. So that was really nice. And then after that, I went to the cable machine where I did some rope extensions, but since on Monday I had an arm day, I didn't really feel like I needed to train triceps that much. However, I did want to focus on pull-ups. And pull-ups are one of those exercises I want to start becoming really good at if possible, because I feel like pull-ups can give you, I almost feel like if you are good at pull-ups, you will have a lot of functional strength. You will be strong, and that strength can translate to many other areas in your day-to-day life, or also in other lifts that you do. So I want to be very good at pull-ups. I did a set of neutral grip pull-ups. I did 5, but the sets that I did were, I really let my body hang complete. Like I do a dead hang before doing another rep. So that was really good. Okay, so I did a set of neutral grip pull-ups, and then I also did another set of, I guess, chin-ups, some more emphasis on the bicep. And again, I really just let myself hang. On the one hand, hanging is just good for you. You get a lot of nice spine decompression by doing a dead hang. And it also helps me develop my forearm strength, grip strength in general, which a lot of longevity experts have deemed to be a good thing for overall longevity. So yeah, incorporating pull-up training into, my gym routine has been something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So I'm really hoping to continue doing it now as I'm starting these full body workouts. All right, so after pull-ups, I think I did go back and finish off with leg extensions, which I was really happy for. At this point, I was feeling really tired. I'm used to doing Hey, nice work on the house, man. Yeah, I've been seeing the incremental changes just from walking. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I have a great house, man. Yeah. So, going back to leg curls, yeah, this one I was really happy about, and I wasn't really expecting this. I only did 3 sets of these. Started off with 40, and I was feeling really strong. For me, 40 pounds was a lot a couple weeks ago. Then I went to 50, was able to do another 10 with those. Then I went to 65, and I was able to do another 10 with those. The only reason I didn't continue is because I was just a little bit taxed. Honestly, I think it was a mixture of just me not feeling well. Like I said, when I got home, I didn't feel great. So I just wanted to get home and chill for a bit. But that was about it for my workout, and I'm really happy now to continue with this new program. I think that the rest day in between each gym session will allow me to better recover, and then whenever I actually have to do, a run or another workout session, I'll be better rested to be able to execute on it with the quality that I expect and the quality that I want. So, change the parameters of your own training routine, because it can be feeling good one week, and then the next week, I don't know, something goes wrong, change it up a bit, and eventually the more you keep doing that, the better you'll get at it. You'll be able to fine-tune a program that really works for your body, and you'll be able to really, focus on the gains. They'll come a lot better. Also, I think a very nice side effect of being able to do pull-ups. So typically, I don't know how, hopefully you guys see this, but typically I used to do pull-ups with my body just like straight down, but if I angle my body a little bit, I feel like I can really get more of the lats involved. I think a very nice visual cue for me that I read, I hope you guys can see this, instead of doing it straight, doing it angled with my body. Something that I have to think about is I'm pulling the bar, like instead of me pulling myself up to the bar, I try to think to myself, like I'm pulling the bar down to me, and really, really trying to squeeze my lats when I do it. And just that visual cue has helped me out a lot. And even in the couple of days I've done pull-ups, my core has increased, my core strength has increased. I can feel it. I can literally feel it as I'm walking, as I'm doing other exercises. I feel more rigid. So as I'm doing like a bench press or a shoulder press, my body just feels more stable. And I've also noticed my posture has gotten better. So a couple of pull-ups, because of the demand on your body and how hard they are to actually execute, can have drastic impacts on your overall fitness. That's why I believe they're so good, and that's probably why a lot of people don't do them, It's the same reason people probably don't do squats. Like, don't get me wrong, doing a leg extension is great, but it is much easier than doing squats. And by the way, this is coming from someone who I don't really do squats because my ankle flexion is terrible, and I just frankly need to get out there and do more of them, either with my heels raised using a plate or using like an Olympic lifting shoe. But anyway, that was my full body workout routine. So if you feel like you're also doing a hybrid training program like I am, and you find that maybe you're getting too tired if you're doing too much strength training or maybe too much running, try to dial, one thing back here and there and see if that helps. I think eventually I probably will be, like yesterday when I did my couch to 5K session, I did those 7 minutes, which I hadn't done in years, or maybe even at all. I realized that there's probably gonna be a point where I'll start doing, a 5K daily, or at least, running 2 miles easily every single day, right? I know a lot of people do that for overall cardio, and I feel like I'm getting to that point. So very happy to continue doing what I'm doing and modifying as I go along. That's kind of the point of all this, right? We're constantly learning about our bodies, what works best for them, and it's just a process like anything else. All right, let me go ahead and check the Discord real quick. I like to, we're just starting out, so I realize that not a lot of people are going to be posting on the Discord, but I'm still going to do my best to put a couple things out there. On my walk currently, let's see, 20 minutes in for my 35-minute walk. I might do 40. Okay, wow, it smells delicious around here. Someone is making very, very good food. All right, let's check our stats real quick. So the pace is one of the hardest things for me to really, keep dialed in. 18 minutes and 17 seconds per mile. What happens is you start talking and you probably just got a little bit distracted from the walk itself, so you start walking less briskly, when in reality, you need to be doing more of that and walking more briskly. The dog is so sweet. All right, let's check the pace again. Really? Like, how much faster do I have to walk to really get below 18? I don't know. Sometimes I believe that this is not... Oh, wait a second. This is my average pace, which... Is this real time? Because average is over many data points. So maybe currently it's faster. Like right now I might be walking faster than I was in the beginning. So until I get more data on my current pace, the average pace won't drop. Let me do a quick camera check as always. Making sure things are looking good. Okay, we're looking right. Gonna keep doing our walk here. A couple of more days until the beginning of December. No, I talked about it yesterday, but this is it. This is the last month of 2023. I don't know if I talked about it yet though, but on December 1st, Matt My Walk should publish a new monthly challenge, which is something I want to also incorporate into these walks. That way we have sort of a challenge that we can do as a community. We can all push ourselves. Hopefully start a nice discussion on the Discord or the comments on this video. That's always my intention. So, we'll keep going. Have a good time. I have another idea for one of my discussion videos, and the title will probably be something like Life Gets Better with Age. I won't talk about it too much here because then I won't have anything to talk about in the video. But, oh, that light just turned on. I do believe life gets better with age, and there are a couple of reasons why. And perhaps when I make that video, I will list them out and we'll have something good to talk about. Once this walk is done, I will be going back. I'm gonna be having some chamomile tea. It is pretty good for indigestion. Hopefully something nice to have, something soothing. And then I don't know, I'll probably be sipping on that while working on this video. Let me see, it looks like we got a response on Discord. So I go to the gym on days like today. I started a new job today, so I can't walk all morning anymore until the weekends. I say congrats on the new job. Congrats on the new job. What's your training split at the gym? Something good to talk about. Let's check our pace now. Still 18 minutes, but it has gone down. So maybe my theory is correct. The more of the brisk walk we do, the lower the average pace will become. Oh, so I was planning on watching Willy Wonka in a couple of weeks. I was planning on watching it probably on December 15th. Let me actually, I was looking on Reddit here, and apparently some of the reviews came out, which maybe not anymore. Wow, that was fast. It was just on the popular subreddit. Let me see, Wonka? Oh, Wonka. Ooh. Okay, so Variety.com. Let's see what Variety.com has to say about Wonka. Wonka first reactions praise Timothy Chalamet as infinitely charming, intoxicating, and pitch perfect. I'm gonna read this.
Oh, Jackson.
What's up, man?
I forgot.
Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, likewise, man. All right, cool. So, let's see. It says Timothy Chalamet's highly anticipated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory prequel musical Wonka has finally been unveiled to critics and entertainment journalists, and the first reactions are calling it a winning confection and an instant holiday classic. Wow, you know, man, I'm generally a positive person, but for some reason I thought, I don't know how that movie's gonna be, but now I know that I'm gonna need to book them tickets early. Actually, when does the movie come out? When does Wonka come out? Wonka release date December 15th, 2023. Okay, so it says Wonka, directed by Paddington and Paddington 2 filmmaker Paul Kane, cast Chalamet as a younger iteration of the famous chocolatier. Excuse me. The film is set years before Wonka opens his world-renowned chocolate factory and follows the young man as he fights to open his first shop. The supporting cast includes Calla Lane, Keegan-Michael Key, Matt Lucas, Sally Hawkins, Rowan Atkinson, Olivia Colman, and Hugh Grant. Film critic Courtney Howard wrote, Wonka is a winning confection filled with perfect amounts of charm, whimsy and poignancy, powered by pure imagination and bright, nimble musical numbers. Timothy Chalamet is a charisma factory. His full commitment is intoxicating. Hugh Grant in exceptional IDGAF mode. That's awesome. Gizmodo senior reporter German Lucier heaped praise on Chalamet, calling him the reason alone to see the film. He's infinitely charming and a blast to watch, Lucier wrote, although he added, the movie around him isn't as good, but it's enjoyable. The story and tone fight against each other, leaving it a bit muddled, and yet it's filled with joy and the songs are delightful. Wonka is a super charming delight powered by an exceptional and pitch-perfect performance from Timothy Chalamet, wrote film writer Perry Nemiroff. It can get quite silly, and there's a few plot points that are a tad on the thin side that couldn't stop... I just literally ran into a tree. Couldn't stop such an impossibly sweet film with a hefty and very effective dose of sincerity from warming my heart. All right, so it looks like I'll definitely be watching Wonka. I haven't seen the original one in a very long time, but I do remember it being a good movie. There's also that meme. What is the meme? Man, now I forgot the main actor's name. Anyway, save that for another time. What else is popular on subreddit right now? Not popular on subreddits, but what's popular on Reddit? Spotify Wrapped, the Cyber Monday sale, Aaron Rodgers back to practice, Microsoft's Game Pass strategy. What's that about? Microsoft wants Game Pass on PlayStation, Nintendo, and every screen possible. It's a bit of change of strategy. Yeah, I wasn't really surprised, or rather I wouldn't be surprised if that's the direction they went in. I feel like Phil Spencer has been talking about that for quite some time, and so it's almost only natural that that would happen if Game Pass is, supposed to be the platform to play all the games you want as quickly as you want. Some really good conversations today. Very cool. it's always nice to see some of the people in the neighborhood. You know, I feel like, man, a lot of the kids here are actually very, you know, they're just well raised. Like, oh, good to see you again. They're just very, just nice people. You know, that's good. This is a beautiful house right here. These people really, really maintain their curb appeal. You can tell. These nighttime walks are fun. It's not as cold as it was last night. I still am donning my sweater. Wow, everything looks, all the houses really look very crisp. I feel like a lot of people are doing work on their homes now for the holidays. Maybe people are gonna be inviting family over and they want their houses to look crisp, you know? Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Little breaks during your walk from talking are always nice. And again, if you've seen my old videos, or if you've been watching my videos, you know that these little breaks in speaking are mostly for the listener. And so that the listener can have a little bit of time, frankly, just a break from literally hearing me. And hopefully they can do a little bit of self-reflection. Think about how the day went. Think about how yesterday went. Think about how they want the rest of the week to go, and so on and so forth. Self-reflection is good. It's what helps us decide how we want to continue shaping our lives so that we can make them the way that we want. I'm excited to get back now and have my tea. There's just some days, you know, I'm not a tea drinker. I am a coffee drinker. Café con leche. For all you Hispanics out there, that's normally what I have every single day. But tea, there's just some days where a nice tea, you just can't go wrong with a good old tea. That's what I'm gonna do. Get myself some Publix organic chamomile. I trust the Publix brand. Actually, does Publix have stocks? I've never checked if Publix is a publicly traded company. It's not publicly traded and is made available for sale only to current Publix associates and members of its board of directors. Okay. Man, if Publix did go IPO though, I'd definitely get in on that because I shop at Publix a lot. Like, I really, really trust the brand. You know, it's the only brand, it's the only store brand that I trust. Like, I've shopped at Walmart, so Great Value it's just not the same as the Publix brand, you know? There's a lot of, you know, just store brands, default brands I can buy at Publix, and they're always good. Just as good as their branded competitors. Anyway, we're now approaching the end of our walk. Let me go ahead and stop the counter. I'm actually gonna stop at 35 since I mentioned on the Discord I was gonna hit 35, so I might as well. Okay, gonna end it, end workout. Okay, so 35 minutes and 2 seconds of total time with 1.93 miles walked, 18 minutes and 7 seconds average per mile, 144 active calories with 198 total calories, average heart rate of 103 beats per minute with a range of 92 to 112. So as always, thank you so much for joining me on this walk. I hope I encouraged you or inspired you to go out and do your own or follow along with me. And with all that being said, take care everyone and happy holidays.